Very good evening to everyone present here. It is truly a matter of immense pride and joy for me to welcome you all to this very insightful 80th online interactive session, which also marks the 60th Leadership Development Program, a corporate mentor. I extend my heartfelt greetings to the esteemed honorable guest speaker for the day, CA Sudhanshu Agarwal sir, our honorable chairman Dr. BP Singh sir, honorable senior professor Ajay Kumar Singh sir, Honorable Director of the College, Professor Dr. Mahesh Sharma sir, respected Registrar Dr. R.S. Singh sir, respected faculty members, and my dear fellow students. I, Hardik, student of BCA batch 2024 to 28 at DSPSR, feel deeply honored to stand before you today at this remarkable event hosted by Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research, an institution that stands tall for its commitment to academic excellence, industry relevance, and holistic student development. To commence this session on the auspicious note, let us now take part in the symbolic ritual of lighting the virtual lamp. This act represents the removal of darkness and the ushering in of wisdom and enlightenment. May this flame of knowledge guide us towards clarity, confidence, and success in the days ahead. Now I request Arun sir to kindly play the virtual lamp lighting video.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुभं भवतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते।
It is my great honor to welcome our distinguished speaker for today, CA Sudhanshu Agarwal sir, a visionary chartered accountant and an inspiring leader known for his expertise in financial planning, advisory, and technological innovation. Sudhanshu Agarwal sir is the principal at Retirement Planning Services, incorporated under Elite Income Advisor, where he has been instrumental in crafting comprehensive retirement strategies, ensuring financial security and peace of mind for countless individuals and families. With his entrepreneurial spirit and forward-looking mindset, Sir has been driving two transformative projects: GetSift, an AI-powered initiative revolutionizing data analysis and decision-making across industries, and an ERP system project designed to optimize and automate business workflows. In addition, Sir is also the co-founder member of BASYS, where he continues to emerge financial expertise with digital innovation, building sustainable ventures that empower clients and organizations to thrive in today's dynamic world. Sir, your journey blending finance, entrepreneurship, and cutting edge technology is truly an inspirational for all of us. We are privileged to have you with us today, and we look forward to gaining your valuable insights. Let us all welcome Mr. Sudhanshu Agarwal, sir, with a big round of applause. We are equally privileged to have as our moderator today Ms. Sneha Singh, a dedicated student from BCom Honors batch 2025 to 2029 at DSPSR. On behalf of DSPSR, I warmly welcome you, Sneha.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Mr. Hardik. We are truly honored to have you, sir, here in the 88th online interactive session. I must say, your session is going to be very interactive, not only for the students, but for all the audience who are present here. To make this session more interactive and beneficial for our students and for everyone, I would now like to ask you, sir, some questions focused on student development and career growth.
पहले लैंप लाइटिंग हो गया ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ,
Yes,
अभी
sir.
अभी उनको ज्वाइन करने में थोड़ा सा वो इशू आ रहा है. तब तक मिस्टर ध्यान कैन आंसर सम क्वेश्चन. हाँ,
Sure.
हेलो गुड इवनिंग सर। मेरी
Yes, ma'am.
सुधांशु सर से बात हुई है, वो कह रहे हैं कि वो ज्वाइंट हो चुके हैं, बट कॉल में उनका नाम नहीं शो कर रहा है। मैं कंसिस्टेंटली पूछ रही हूँ किस नाम से ज्वाइन किए, बट ही इज नॉट रिस्पॉन्डिंग माई मैसेज, और वो अनम्यूट नहीं कर पा रहे। तो मैं सर
सागर
मतलब
अग्रवाल के नाम से ज्वाइनिंग हुआ है अभी.
अच्छा,
सागर अग्रवाल भी नहीं दिख रहा मुझे तो।
हाँ, सागर अग्रवाल तो ज्वाइन हुआ था सर, बट
है।
मैं
अच्छा।
सुधांशु अग्रवाल। ओके, गुड इवनिंग सुधांशु सर।
आई थिंक यू आर इन। नहीं, एक बार, एक बार दोबारा से करो ज्वाइन।
हाँ,
So
गुड
now
इवनिंग
you
सर।
नाउ इज इन, नाउ इज इन।
sir,
Okay.
may I rename name?
हाँ, प्लीज चेंज द नेम। हाँ।
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
हाँ।
Hello.
हेलो।
Okay.
वेलकम वेलकम।
Hello,
Hi.
Sagar.
Yeah, we short form the names in US. So,
Thank God your name is not Saggy.
yeah.
Generally, when people go to US, first thing they do is change it to Leo, Saggy,
Yeah,
Martin.
so there was a choice, right? I could do it myself or
You have
people
still
will do it,
kept your
right?
name as Sagar.
Yeah.
So Sneha has a question for you. She was stating the question.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hmm.
Good evening.
Shall I start?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Yes, yes.
Sir, in your journey as a chartered accountant, what has been your most challenging career decision?
Like I was always considering myself as more of a business person
Okay.
in any setting, not as a chartered accountant per se, because I got trained by Mr. Mahesh Sai at V Sai and Company. He used to see you as a corporate leader, not as a chartered accountant.
So, what made you get into chartered accountant?
Yeah, because there were limited number of choices that time in India. When I was pursuing my career, either I could have done MBA or I could have done CA when
Oh,
you went into, or you can go into MCOM and So that time it was how it was structured.
okay. And so, what
And
challenges
most
did
of the,
you face?
let me answer you also. Most of the students of Shriram College of Commerce were not inclined towards PG. They wanted to do CA. Most of the batchmates, if I remember Sudhanshu correctly, most of them wanted
Hmm.
to do CA. Mhm. CA was the most preferred choice at that particular point of time.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
because
great.
MBA, getting into MBA, there was like less seats also in MBA that time.
Yeah, the number
And
of seats were also less, as well as the craze was not that much, which has been now. It is about 1984, and that he's talking about. In 1984, MBA was not that much in demand as CA was.
And so, what challenges did you face when co-founding BASYS? And how did you just
no,
overcome
I have
everything?
started various ventures, even maybe in my professional career. I have remained in touch with profession, but with profession was always like 25% of time I allocated to profession.
Okay.
75% of time I always allocated to business.
So, is it enough? Like 25% for profession
Yeah, I
and
think
7?
it's enough.
And why did you choose to go for CA and also for the business? What made you do so?
Yeah, because it's very limiting, even in corporate setting, to be just doing accounting and taxes, because most part is finance and decision making.
That means
So
the career which
even
I
if
am
you are
going to pursue
running,
will be limited.
yeah, even if you join a company, right?
Yes.
So you have to take financial decision and growth oriented decisions for the company, right?
Yeah.
So you end up, if you limit yourself to accounting and taxes, then you will not understand that how operation is going. So if you are more of a commercial person, you go into a business and first you try to understand that how this whole thing is built up, right? That where the business is coming, what are the customers, and try to interact with the customers, business leaders, and everybody. And then you really justify your position.
And but nowadays, technology is also leveraging with everything. Like everything is getting around technology. So if we talk about today's generation students, then how students leverage technology to enhance their financial literacy? How is it possible?
Yes, technology is skills, right?
Yeah.
There is a knowledge, right? Which is
Yes.
base. So why we put you in a curriculum? Because we want you to have some kind of base, right? Base knowledge. That base knowledge we are trying to impart in accounting and say human resource, costing, like various fields. I don't know what your curriculum is, but that's how it used to be in my time. Economics, accounting, and management, and cost, like cost accounting, financial accounting. All those curriculum used to be there in BCom, right? And I think that curriculum is very well planned because even in today's atmosphere, you need to have understanding of economics when you go in any business, right? Demand and supply, long-term trends, market trends, and macro trends. And then human resource is very important area. You hire people, you train them, you find that make them useful to your work, and then in US market it is more like hiring, and if in Indian market it is very different. You hire a person, you cannot fire them
That's
very
right.
easily, right?
That's right. Yeah.
In US market you can just send an email that I am not, you don't need to come today.
The work curriculum is very nice there. Everybody know.
Yeah, so it is a very demand oriented market. If you are useful, you stay, right?
Yeah.
Now, coming to if you want to make yourself useful in business, in accounting, even as accountant, you should think yourself as somebody more than accountant because accountant is not going to consume all your time. How much accounting you can do in a business?
Maybe like
Most of the, you will have some staff which
yeah.
will do routine accounting,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or you will have softwares to support you. These days you can import bunch of entries into your software and look at the results. So when you transition from accounting to business side of it, that's when you are more useful to any organization. So I was mostly having accounting. In beginning of my career, I did work as a chartered accountant, like doing audits, or I worked in a company also, roller tanners, and what was I worked in even Gorakhpur Mandal Vikas Nigam after that. And but always my position was not just as accountant. It was accountant and business leader
Okay.
in any setting, even in beginning of my career. Then I started a business in India, which was pollution control business. Like we used to do pollution control in mines and steel plants. Coming to US, I started a business here also. So my first business was here search related because that time Google search started.
Yeah.
So we did verticals in Google search, and that market started saturating after COVID because with the technology changing and things changing, that market started changing, right? Then COVID times, I started thinking that we have to work on something different. So that's how the idea of BASYS started because we were already looking after a whole tax system of Bangladesh, like
Okay.
tax collection system. We had a partnership with Bangladesh through World Bank in which we developed the tax collection system for Bangladesh. So we wanted to bring in that experience and start developing a ERP. So that's how BASYS was started.
Okay.
Another project we started was Shift AI.
Yeah.
So in which we, like these days, most of your communication is on social media, right?
Yes. Most of not every communication is on social media. Like
Yeah.
90% communication is there.
Yeah. So what we do is that on a corporate level, if everybody is yapping about a company, how does company make sense about it? It can put 1,000 people to look at social media every time of the day and manage it, right? And things have gone so worse that sometimes a small delay, like maybe 10 minutes delay, can make a story go viral. So now there was a need of a tool for companies to manage their social media, which is driven by current technologies. Because so we have to form something on top of the social media. You can take backend from any social media company. They sell it, right? Whether it's a Facebook or Twitter or WhatsApp or whatever is there, right? You can buy the backend in which you can manage your subscribers, you can have the direct feed, and you can build the layer on top of it. It's just a database, right?
Yeah. It is.
As a user, you are having limited tools, right?
Yes.
But if I pay a social media company, so they will give me tools for which I pay for, right? So I can ask for the tools for whole country.
Yes.
You open up the database for whole country, right?
Mhm. Yes.
If the government is asking me to do something, right? Or I can do every mention of me as a company in your database should be directed to me in the feed, right? Then I make sense of it. And then I start replying to those feeds. So that's how we built this company, Shift AI, in which we reply real time to social media feeds. And I will here emphasize on people's using the social media. I build tools for social media. I am not on Facebook. I am not on Instagram. You will find nothing about me on Google search, right? I am not on LinkedIn. He asked me, are you on LinkedIn?
Are you on
So,
LinkedIn?
yeah. So I am intentionally not on social media because I build tools on top of social media. I know its problems. Even my son will post very little about him. Maybe one picture, two pictures. Like how much you should limit what you post on social media or what you consume on social media. Because social media is manufactured opinion. These days, people don't think deeply because they have so much information coming out of social media and media they're consuming that their brain thinks that because so many people are saying the same thing, that thing might itself be the truth.
Yeah, this happens.
And your brain takes it as an opinion. So we are in an age of manufactured opinion in the society. You see people going on all these protests.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see a TV camera going there and asking those people that do you understand this issue? What side of issue they are? They are like, I don't know the issue. But everybody is saying that this is true, so that's why I am protesting on this side. That's how bad it is now.
Nobody is knowing the real root problem. They're just like,
Yes.
which whatever they're seeing on social media, they're just believing on that thing.
So where is the money now? You guys are fortunate that you are in this age learning, right?
Yes.
This is the information age, right? Learning is easy, but so is not understanding what is needed and what is not needed. Because if you are taxing your mind and occupying your mind with all this social media, then your brain has a very limited bandwidth. It can only, you can expose it to too many things, right? Like previously visual memory used to be very important, right? Because if you see a documentary, it will stay with you, right? It will become easier, right, to understand. Now it is so much bombarding of information that nothing stays with you. You cannot even recall the last video.
Yeah, this happens. This happens. This is a very true situation, especially for students of my age. It is.
So I always emphasize on use of less visual information. Like you can read more online, you can read more. You can listen to some podcast. But when it is a visual information, you should try to limit it. Because visual information is occupying both the spaces, right?
It is.
So reading is still better, and writing is even better for you as a student, right? Because when you're taking notes later, you are able to grasp the concept, or you can take notes while you are doing something, right? Like in your area now, the courses you're doing, there are some career choices. Career choices can be like in accounting, human resource, or sales, or I can ask you, maybe you can do taxation. But most important of all this is like these career choices will not take you far ahead unless you are involved in decision making anywhere. Once you enter a career, you should decide that how much time. This is a task. Like tax, if you are looking after taxes of somebody, that is a task. If you are looking after accounting of a company, that is a task. Its end goal is financial results at the end of every period, right? So that task you had to limit your time to, because people used to ask me when I used to work, why you are working like so engrossed in your work, right?
That was my question, like how you were managing
People will
both.
go in a office and first thing they will do is they will go to coffee machine or tea, right? I think that's a bad start of the day.
And for 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 students like us, that is only the best start of the day. Like we start our day like this only.
Yeah,
We find it easy, or like,
yeah. I think I always started my day with glass of water.
and we are
I,
starting our day with a cup of coffee or black coffee or something like that.
I also
yeah,
start
I
my
think,
day. I also start my day with lukewarm water instead of plain water, just lukewarm water, little warm, because that cleanses the body. Tea, coffee
yeah,
is not something which helps you to improve your energy levels. It actually diminishes that. That we will talk later.
yeah.
Not in
No,
this.
he is very much correct about it.
Um,
But what I do is that I will drink 2 glasses of water slowly in the morning. Go outside and walk for some time. I also he gets up much earlier than me, right? Like, but I also get up
That's good, guys. I
quite
will wake
early.
up at 4, 4
6:15
a.m.
from
Yeah.
my standard is early, right? So I devote my time in the morning. First thing is that when you go to bed, you should have a to-do list for the next day.
To be honest, this is the one thing which I feel like I cannot do. Like this is something which takes a lot of time, energy, and a lot of stress to do. Like it creates a stress for
Yeah,
me.
so how that is what I was talking that day also in my talk, that human brain is having a very limited bandwidth, right? Because of this limited bandwidth and 800 calorie consumption of brain, right? How you'll have will be left with brain energy if you are your attention is diverted, then your brain is very tired to do anything, right? To recalibrate is to do a to-do list, right? When you go, just take a small notepad, right? Write what you will do next day. What are the priorities of the next day, right? And then write postpone to next to day after, right? Because some tasks are important, but they are still
Not
to
every
do,
day.
but you cannot
Yeah.
tackle them tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can write pending and to do.
That's very true. This is something which I can do.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
one
Which I
more
can
thing I
pending
actually
would
and
follow.
to
like to
do.
add, Sudhanshu, I would like to add, I use Google Calendar for that. And hour by hour, I can slot what I intend to do tomorrow, or if I want to postpone it to some other date. Any date, Google Calendar allows you to schedule it for any of those dates. So you can do that. So
Yes, yes, yes.
it gives one more advantage to you, that whatever is burden on your head, it
Mhm.
allows you to offload all that in the calendar. So you are mentally free to sleep. You try this and
Right.
see what happens. Work on that.
I will
Yeah,
definitely add
because
work on
you cannot sleep with that burden. Because what keeps people awake? I go to bed and I am able to sleep within 15 minutes. And I can get up without alarm at my appointed time.
Just to add, I sleep in less than 3 minutes.
Yes, that is even better, right?
Because nothing is here, everything is in the schedule. Google Calendar takes care of all those things which I have to do. Nothing to be done now. So you offload everything and sleep.
it. That is shocking because
Dhyan wants to say something on this, Dhyan?
You are taking away the childhood from my dear children, because the only way these people have to share their photographs, love messages, videos with their loved ones is WhatsApp and Facebook. Now you have taken that away. Now
Now,
they're
Facebook
like
and
coffee, you have
WhatsApp,
taken coffee
sometimes
away.
people will tell me that they have
They
messaged
don't
me
want to
on.
study. They don't want to study. They don't want to have a vision. They want to go impromptu in life. You have taken that away. So basically, all
Mhm.
the students today, you have taken away their childhood. I'm just kidding. Actually, this is how it should be, but students don't realize it.
even I don't like.
And that is the difference between uh, I quoted this quoted at many times that uh, 1980 का 70% वाला 2025 के 95% वाले पे भारी है आज की डेट में। वो आज भी कॉन्सेप्ट भूला नहीं होगा। 95% वाला ने इतनी छलांगे मारी होंगी कि वो किसी काम का आदमी नहीं होगा। And it's all because of internal strength which the system gave at that time, the socio-cultural environment gave at that time. Parents, teachers, colleges, they were very different. If I don't do homework, I used to get beaten on my palms. आज की डेट में आप किसी बच्चे को हाथ लगा के दिखा दो एक बार, मुकदमा ना हो जाए तो वक्त बदल चुका है। तो मेरे प्यारे बच्चे जिन जिन चीजों को पसंद करते हैं आज के वक्त में, अब जैसे स्नेहा है, स्नेहा को डरा दिया आपने, अब स्नेहा कभी व्हाट्सएप नहीं करेगी अपने बॉयफ्रेंड को, या फेसबुक पर कुछ नहीं लिखेगी, उसको टैग नहीं करेगी। See, Sneha and all the students, what uh, Sudhanshu is trying to say, and which I also agree. I'm also not there anywhere, Sudhanshu. On LinkedIn, you will have
Mhm.
one line. Dhyan Chauhan, Delhi School of Economics. That's all. Nothing more than that. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm not on Instagram. On WhatsApp, I use, but very limited use, only for business, replying to the messages, mostly candidates and clients. But the
Now,
general
when we are,
videos,
they are very
yeah,
useful tool for corporates, right? When we are trying to
but
push a
the
product.
but the kind of videos which come across around Rahul Gandhi, around Narendra Modi, making him Pappu, making him this, making him that, and then people forward that to 110 people, and then chit chatting carelessly on WhatsApp. It's very, very dangerous.
Right, right.
You have not got caught. Any of the students have not got caught on any of the legal hassles. Even though you delete your messages, they can be retrieved
Yeah.
very
Right,
easily.
right.
Very easily they can be retrieved, and then they become evidence against you. They can be used against your future husband. You may say that
No,
you are
no,
innocent.
I used to buy data from Facebook for 150 million users at a time.
Even I buy data for sending my promos, and it's very risky. आप लोगों को क्या लगता है 300 मिलियन का मेटा ने व्हाट्सएप खरीदा है बेवकूफ है? They have a complete plan in place. Elon Musk, at what rate he purchased Twitter?
No, 14 billion. 14 billion they
14
spent
billion,
on.
sorry, 14 billion.
Yeah.
So it's not a joke. That kind of money is not a joke. It's a complete business plan in place. What students don't understand, they only see the features, the platform, the usage, and they go berserk on it. That is very dangerous, is what Sudhanshu is trying to say.
That is something very shocking for me also.
Yeah, but
Very,
I think I may have forwarded a joke sometimes, but I never forwarded more than that because maybe people are like, he does not do anything, so once in a month I'll forward a joke there of somebody.
So that he doesn't forget
Other
it.
than that, yeah, no, in the family group.
Acha.
Because I'll just wish on the birthdays and all, but once in a month I'll forward one joke there
I also don't
so
broadcast
that
anything.
nobody thinks people are complaining there that
Hmm.
you never post anything. I'm like, okay, let me post a joke. So, other than that, I will not try to do my opinion there because it's not a opinion platform. Because we are nowadays in set of tribes because it's manufactured opinion now. So everybody has his opinion, which you cannot change. And that deep thinking is not there. So they are not even trying to change it, right? They are
it's like
not
a
trying to
survival
even,
thinking.
yeah, because there's no bandwidth left to
Yeah.
understand, to go in other people's shoe and understand.
People are
But in
maybe,
business, yes.
maybe it's like maybe people are not put people doesn't want to put a lot of energy in something which they are not into it. That's why this is happening, or they're just following some news for that thing only, so they cannot just put energy. They're not ready to put energy and think about certain things, that is it true or not. They're just following the hierarchy which is on social media or anywhere, like that way, I would
Mhm.
say.
No, but how we succeed in this world, right? Because when you sell something to somebody, selling is more like listening to the person, then trying to find what they want and then trying to chime in.
That's
It applies to one selling, right?
yeah.
Corporates sell differently, right? Corporates have a different mantra these days. It used to be that customer knows everything. Now it is like customer does not know anything unless you show him what he needs. Because time has changed. Because they also know that customer is now manufactured opinion.
Yeah.
So show him a product and tell him that this is good for him and you are able to sell it. And you can do a very good case study. There's an iPhone
Yeah.
and there is a Google has come with a phone. What, Pixel or something? What is the name of Google phone?
Google Pixel.
Google Pixel. Google Pixel is in fact a better product. which has everything the customer needs and better than iPhone.
I'm a living example of that. Few months back only I was fighting with my father that, I want iPhone. I don't want any Android phone, I want iPhone. And when he asked me why, I don't have any reason or answer that why I need an iPhone. You
Yeah,
can say
because that's how companies sell.
the brand value.
Yeah, the kind of
Brand value
and
and
value, yeah. Yeah, true. That is what they have created. There's no logical
Yeah,
reason of, comparing item by item or, the specifications. You will find that lower actually most of the time
yeah,
in most of the specifications, but still the brand value is so high that everybody wants that. I don't have, but everybody
yeah,
wants that
because
generally, huh? That is what they have created.
yeah, and they
and
they are having bigger platform. So what is happening now is that a new app which will be built, right? It will have look at the bugs of their platform more, and then Android platform will come next, right? So they will be lag. You're getting my point. Android user might not have the same experience sometimes. So we are in a now how to succeed. My whole point was how we succeed in this age of manufactured opinion. If we remain grounded, we understand our basics and we form our own opinion based on logical analysis, right? For you as a student, I think understanding economics is very important. Like for a accounting student or maybe even management student, understanding economics is very important because if you understand, like you if you don't understand it, you should try to understand it, right? Like when they increase the money supply, decrease the money supply, demand, and government issues bond, and there's a whole lot of like how currencies function, why dollar rises and rupee falls, right?
that was the basic thing which we were taught in 11th and 12th also, like the
Yeah,
basic part.
people, because there's a basic thing, right? In US, they are able to whatever manipulation they do, right? Through international market, right? They are able to keep the inflation below 3%, right? I came to this country 26 years back, right?
Huge time. That's a very huge
Milk
time.
was that time also $2.5 or $2 per gallon. Like 4 liters of milk is $2 to 2.5 or maybe $3, right? In today's, as of today, I can also find milk at the same price. 26 years, price of milk has not changed. Maybe it
Yes,
changed. Little bit it changed. Maybe they, but how you manage economy like that? That prices of basic goods don't change. inflation is on maybe rent and other things, right? But food items inflation is
The
like a
result of the
percent or
system.
less.
Yeah.
Percent
So I
or
have a
less.
very, I,
We are talking about inflation of 0.2% a year on food items. So whole inflation is 2 to 3%, which will be rent and your phone bill and your utilities, everything, right? But in that basket, the food inflation is not there. So that's how in Indian market there is a we cannot take care of that inflation, right? So every year the purchasing value of a currency is decided, right? You cannot purchase the same amount, same basket of goods from that currency, right? So these currency speculators keep changing the price based on this data, right? So data is very important everywhere, right? And they can analyze data very well. Data they can analyze these days from various sources, right? Looking at satellite picture of a country, they can collect the data. Like how much lighting is improving in city, like what is the growth parameters, right? There will be more cities, more lights when you zoom in the country, right? If it is progressing, right? It will be buying more oil, more coal, more energy. Energy requirement will increase if a country is progressing, right? So that's how this is all macroeconomics, right? But
yes,
once you understand the news from macroeconomic perspective, right? News, I mean reading it. Reading
yes,
it slows you down, right?
yeah.
They are saying blah blah blah, and you don't even understand anything.
Mm.
Doesn't
But when we read, it will be understood. Like,
right. So you don't end up with a manufactured opinion. Like if a new term comes to you, you should be able to go into the back of it and understand what it is about. Everything is so easy in this age. You can understand microbiology, genetics, everything you can understand by reading it. Everything is available. You don't even have to go to library. So once you are able to come out of this manufactured opinion phase, this is very more important in your life in decision making. Because if your opinion is just based on what is being told to you, and you don't have to try to change anybody's opinion because it's worthless now.
we cannot change everyone.
Yeah. But for your own sanity, you should know what is
We,
where the thing is coming from
yeah,
and why the other person is saying something like this, right? So it might be lack of knowledge, or it might be he's not going deep enough. You can just give him little bit hint, right? That you can try to read more about this topic or ask him to find the truth, right? You yapping will not help, right?
Yeah.
How it helps you in career?
Yeah.
Its
That
career
that
is,
was that was the only thing I wanted to ask. Like one question was there with me. You
yeah,
mentioned
because
about
I am mostly looking after things from the very broader perspective that where we are going and what we need to do, right? So these days I was trying to understand that what the word AI means.
I have a very combined question for that. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you
So
mentioned that technology is evolving, right?
yeah,
So
yeah. We are
I am
talking
interested in
about
finance.
AI based on
Yeah,
large language model right now. What is a LLM, large language model? Large language model does not think in one language, right?
right.
It can think of in many languages at one time because every language has, like in Hindi, we have 44 words for foot, right? In English, maybe three, right?
Right.
Context change what we say about foot, like what word we use, right? So and some other language will have other context. So when we combine context of all these languages, we can come up with the right understanding of what somebody is saying, right? Maybe it is not in that language, but in some other language, right? But software is able to think
Pivoting. Like
because when language they are modeled on a database that what are the similar words or this word in other languages and all that jargon they update, right? But in turn, it's a very small code, right?
right, sir.
Total code which is written is not even 1 GB worth. They say it's 500 MB worth of code, base code, right? And now that base code of ChatGPT, you can download their data, like crux of it. They spend like $200 billion on the project. You can do it for $20.
Yes, sir.
You can train a machine, right? So there is a lot of fuss about LLMs, but AI will mean artificial.
Okay.
I is intuition. I is imagination. Intelligence, where the word intelligence comes from.
Right.
Intelligence is comes after that, right?
Yes.
How your intelligence is made of. There's a learned knowledge, right? Which is just data, right?
Yeah.
On top of that learned knowledge, your mind finds relevance. How you
Yeah.
pick up something relevant out of that learned knowledge, right?
Right.
It's based on your context or imagination, intuition, or some other parameter, right? Like we have to see an image and we can understand what it is, right? Like
Right.
that is also, so all these things. And then most important thing about it was that how humans think is based on their cultural context. Something might be right in one culture, something might not be right in another culture, right? Legal framework, and then there's the innate human knowledge, right? Which you call intuition. And then higher level we go is your values, and then still higher level you go is spirituality, right?
Right, sir.
Now, whole problem is that we are still, I'll say, 200 years behind, like to uh, reach reach human intelligence. Because human level intelligence is achieved by not consuming a lot of energy.
Like not consuming a lot of energy. What way?
Because humans are consume less energy, right? Our brain consumes very much less energy. Still, it
Oh,
is able to arrive at a decision, right?
no. Okay. Yeah.
Biological intelligence is very efficient. There are examples of companies who are ruining overnight by employing current level of AI in their decision making, right?
Yeah. Which is also taking a lot of employment. Like it's
Yeah, it is taking when it is a repetitive task of then AI can replace, current level of AI can replace. But when the task requires decision making, we can employ AI agents, but they have to train on humans first. So that transition is going to take 2 to 3 years with current technologies. Like lot of repetitive tasks will become for larger companies unnecessary. It is it is nothing to worry about. It is same as when computers came, people were thinking that jobs will be less. Computers leave their mess behind, and then there are people who use them as tools. Yeah, AI will be mostly used as tool.
there. So how students like us will prepare themselves for careers related to finance, AI, research, or analytics? Like it's
Yes.
actually challenging for
So
us.
basic thing is that learning your basic software skills, right?
Right, sir.
Like I was thinking that for a student like you, it is very important to learn Excel. As accountant, Excel was always more important than software itself, right?
Right, sir.
Like I will put the data from the software into Excel and produce reports what I need to. Because every software had its own problems. So data is more important. So Excel is a very handy tool for students to decipher data for their own So Excel skills are very important and Word is very important. You should know how to draft an email properly, because how you draft to a friend and a colleague and a boss is different. And what words you put, that you get a response out of that email.
Right.
I think it is already 7 now. तो इसको
Hmm?
थोड़ा सा ओपन कर दो और किसी का भी कोई क्वेश्चन है तो
Yes, sir.
हम्म।
So
We
if
have
anybody
some
having any
Edward
question,
who want to ask a question. Edward, what's your question?
Edward is no more in the call. I saw that.
Okay. Sudhanshu, I had couple of questions.
Mhm.
Do you have any GCC in India also?
GCC, what is GCC?
A global contact center where you do your backend operations, or everything is in US?
No, for bases, we have a office in Calcutta.
Okay. And
Yeah,
and
which has 40 people there.
and what kind of people are there in Calcutta? They are technical people or SMEs, or what kind of people do we have there?
Now, they are mostly people we hired out of uh, like when we were doing the Word Wing project, right?
Hmm.
So we hired some people out of what is this famous accounting firms, like some
I
software architects and all.
I saw
Huh?
Waterhouse Batley Boy,
No, there's one
Deloitte,
international one.
Deloitte,
No.
Accenture.
Yeah, so some people came out of large accounting firms
Hmm.
which had field knowledge, right? Other people, like in ERPs, you need very people with both the knowledges, right?
I know, yes.
They
That
should
you call
be,
techno-functional skills.
yeah. Like they should be more towards, like in my case also, because I am an accountant, I learned software.
Hmm.
So it becomes, I can think from both angles, right?
Perfectly fine. And how does
And now
business make
I,
money?
hmm?
What is the revenue model of business broadly? I don't want
No,
specifics
Basis
because
is still a product under development, right? We are releasing it.
hmm,
So revenue model is we are first targeting two industries, right? One is financial advisors, right? In US market, there are lot of retirement planning and income advisory going on, right?
in India also
Because
these days it's like that only. I mean, financial
yeah,
advisory
because a lot of
function.
people are getting aged, right?
So how do you integrate all the payment gateways and how do you make money out of it? What how you make money as a Sudhanshu Agarwal in this whole process?
Yes, because we charge the organizations, right?
Per transaction or retainer?
For retainer and per transaction also. Like when we are doing, like we have this model, total ePay, right? In which we have integrated it with large landlords, right? Suppose you have 10,000 buildings, right? 10,000 units,
Hmm.
and you collect rent from those 10,000 units on in one first week.
Hmm.
So what the software does is that you scan all those checks in the system, which is called digital lockbox, and it that gets deposited in the bank and gets credited to the tenant account. So you can charge for this kind of service, because then we handle payments for New York State,
Handling means what?
Like for various programs, like consumers pay the state, right? Like you have school systems which will pay to the state, right? Like students for lunch programs, for your speeding tickets, you will pay the state, right? Somebody has to provide that backend service to receive that payment, right?
Hmm.
So those backend services we provide. So we charge per transaction and total fees, right?
It's basically a fintech setup.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't know, in India, people don't pay for software sometimes.
See, in India, any business which has post-payment system,
Mm-hmm.
you can be sure that you will get only 60% of your accorded money. If the system is prepayment, then only you will get your 100% money. That is how it works practically in India. That is
Mm-hmm.
why lot of outlets, if your students observe carefully, like Haldiram's or Bikaner Wala, you first,
Mm-hmm.
or South Indian restaurant, you first pay for dosa, take the slip, and then go to the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, in Punjabi dhaba, you eat the dosa and then say that you forgot your purse at home. You don't have money to pay for meal. And then there'll be a lot of fight there, and then finally something will happen and you will get out of that place. So even restaurants have changed their model. They will say that you first pay, this is the menu, you first pay for what you want to eat, then go to the counter and take it to eat.
Yeah, no, these days everything here in software, we sell software as service. So we charge monthly or annual subscription.
Hmm.
We will give you a trial of 30 days. After 30 days, if you are not paying, we'll turn off the service.
Hmm.
So mostly for large corporations, we will give a demo only. And then if they agree to pay, then only we'll start installing anything for them.
And this organization is basis registered in Kansas or India? I mean, where it is
This is, no,
incorporated?
no, market we are doing US only first.
No, no, no. Where is it incorporated? Is it incorporated in Kansas or is it incorporated in India? Basis.
Basis in incorporated in New York State.
New York State. Okay.
Yeah,
So technically, it's a US company.
yeah, US company. Yeah, I think even that same US company, like other company, RK Software, it provides the tax infrastructure to Bangladesh.
Hmm.
So Bangladesh is a like two Indian companies combined. They look after RK and one other company. Combined, they provide banking and finance softwares to the Bangladesh government. If Modi wants to do something, he can just meet these two companies and choke Bangladesh in
Hmm.
24 hours.
I can understand.
They are
So you
both
will be
Indian
very you
companies.
will be very dear to Modi. Modi might be reaching out very Sudhanshu. I want to
Oh,
teach Bangladesh a lesson.
when this thing happened, army takeover, same time, within 2 minutes, they called us, right? Nothing should happen to our tax collection. You will, whatever money you need, whatever security you need. So they must have made two calls, one to the banking support
Hmm.
guy, one to us.
चलो आज का टाइम मेरे ख्याल में हो गया 7:10 हो गया ऑलरेडी वी हैव एक्सीडेड द टाइम but it was
Okay,
very
sir.
interesting it was very interesting to
Very
tell you
enlightening, Sudhanshu. Very different perspective.
Mhm.
And it was like thorough kind of as if it's
In more on
divine.
business side of things. So, but AI, you need not to worry. And we can have it in next discussion or something that how we can go about it. Okay,
Sneha,
thank
what's
you.
next? I think there would be some
Thank
next.
you,
Mhm.
Professor Singh.
Thank you, Sudhanshu ji. Sneha, you have
Thank,
something to say or the vote of thanks official?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are truly grateful for the presence of our distinguished speaker and the moderator. On the behalf of DSPSR, I sincerely thank Sudhanshu Agarwal, sir, for sharing his valuable time and knowledge with us today. My gratitude also goes to our respected dignitaries, faculty members, and students for making this event a success. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening ahead.
Thank you, Sudhanshu ji.
thank you.
Thank
Good
you
night,
very
everyone.
much. Thank you. Good to see
Bye.
you in the virtual mode also.
Nice seeing you.